Whiskey, Bravo 3, Alpha, Charlie, Charlie. Name is Lee, Lima, Echo, Echo, in Pittsburgh, PA. Copy.
Roger, Lee. Now, let's see. We've got to work on your microphone EQ quite a bit. It's very bassy. So what radio are you running, sir?
I am also running at 890, TS-890. I just got a couple of weeks ago and still trying to get used to all the buttons and everything and learning about it. I'm running 55 on the mic gain. It's a Heil mic. And when you said bassy, I had it on wide. Now I put it on narrow. Running a vertical at 95 watts. What do you think, sir?
Okay, do you know where your equalization is?
At this point, no. I am probably a little heavy on the ALC according to what I'm reading. And I'm real close. I have a windscreen on the gold Heil mic, and I'm pretty close to it. Go ahead.
The question is, do you know where your EQ is on that radio?
At this point, I don't even know what, like I said, there's so many buttons on it, I'm just learning, and I'm a little slow on the intake stroke, time of age. Go ahead.
All right, let me try something else. Back off, Mike, 4 inches from where you are. Back off 4 inches from where you are.
Okay, how is that? And now the ACL did drop a little bit. WB3ACC on this end. Good afternoon, Jim.
Roger, Roger. Now, how far are you off mic at this point?
2-3 inches. 2-3 inches. And like I said, there is a windscreen on the gold tile. Go ahead.
Roger. Okay, come back another couple of inches. Since we can't find your EQ, we'll just work on proximity effect in reverse. So you should be, what, about 6 inches off mic now?
Okay, I'm 6 inches off the mic now. How's that sound? Any better?
Okay, do you know where your mic gain is?
Yeah, I have it set at 55. 55. It was 50 from the factory, and I did pick it up to 55. What do you think?
All right, I want you to be looking at your ALC meter. Do you know how to get your ALC meter functioning? And adjust your mic level as you watch your ALC meter to mid-scale to 2/3 is where you want to put your ALC meter by way of manipulating your mic gain control.
I dropped the mic gain down to 50. That is the factory settings. I'm not going over into the red. Well, what do you think now?
I think you're too low. Look at your ALC meter and bring your mic gain up to mid-scale to 2/3 deflection on the ALC meter.
Okay, I brought up to 53, 53. What do you think, sir?
Roger. Numbers on that mic gain are unimportant. It's the mic gain effect on the ALC that's the important thing. So you just, you don't have to look at the numbers on the mic gain. You just adjust the mic gain to where your ALC is reading mid-scale to 2/3 as you speak from whatever distance we finally decided that you should. And you go 100, 200, 300, 400 as you look at your ALC meter and adjust mic gain to where the meter is reading mid-scale to 2/3.
Okay, I put it up to 56. It's not tipping red. But the ALC is showing full green. What do you think now, sir? And I'm about 3 inches away from the mic, and I did flip the mic switch to narrow. Go ahead.
You did what?
I did flip the switch on the mic, the gold Heil to narrow, or should I go wide? Go ahead.
Go back where you were, and tell me in 10 or 15 seconds about your antenna situation.
Okay, sir. I live in Pittsburgh, Pennsylvania. I'm running the 890. I'm running a 43-foot vertical. And 95 watts. I don't have the amp on or anything. I haven't even got that around to getting that in line. It's plugged in, but I got to set that up for that. So what do you think, sir? WB3ACC for ID. Go ahead.
You have a power amp and you're not running it?
Negative. This is just a straight, the Heil just plugged right into the front of the rig.
Well, I'm wondering why I'm listening to noise Well, I mean, an amplifier helps you immensely, sir. If you have one, I would run it. Is it set up to run?
No, you mean the big amp? No, the 1 kilowatt? No, I don't have it set up yet. No, I've been trying to rejuvenate this operation a little bit, and that's probably the last thing I'll get to. I've only been doing some work on this thing, and it's a little strained on me. Go ahead.
Roger, Roger. Well, you know, the whole thing is about being able to hear what you're doing, so I'm trying to read through the noise what your audio situation is, so, you know, whatever. Hopefully you'll find time to be able to set that amp up. They are immensely helpful. I can't tell you enough. Like, I'm going to go down to 100 watts in 100, 200, 300, 400, 500. This is 100 watts, and this is a kW. Do you see the difference there?
Yes, sir. I did notice a big difference. The background noise did drop. No amp here yet. Go ahead.
Roger. So it does make a vast difference, and if you have the capability of running one, I would advise doing so. You know, it's a slippery world out there, and you know, I suggest you always put your best foot forward. That's my personal view, though, since I, you know, want to hear your audio as cleanly as I can, and that's why we're running 4 SDRs to try to get closer to you, to get a better signal. Right now I'm copying you on my local antenna. But anyway, let me give you some notes for when you find things on your radio. Is that a Roger?
Go ahead. I'm listening.
All right, the first thing, we're talking about your mic EQ. When you find your equalization, I would dump 2 off the bottom end. I would roll 2 clicks off the bottom end of that mic EQ. 2 clicks roll off of the low frequency, and then I would go to the upper frequency, the top end, and I would add 3. I would add 3 clicks top end EQ from whatever you are. Now, the thing is, you know, do you know what kind of equalization you have? Is it a 3-band, a 2-band, or what?
On the mic, I'm not really up yet. I have just wide and narrow, and instead on wide. Go ahead.
Yeah, don't worry about that switch. Just leave that switch where we decided to leave it. So again, on your EQ, when you find EQ, 3 clicks boost on the top end, 2 clicks roll on the bottom end. Roger, Roger?
I roger that, and I wrote it down, and I will fish my way through all the buttons and see what happens. Go ahead.
Roger. Then once you get past that, your ALC meter will be reading totally different because of that you know, EQ shift. So you need to go back after you do your EQ, go back to your ALC meter and adjust your mic gain to where your ALC meter is running mid-scale to 2/3. Now, this is also after you get your compressor in at a 3. So the sequence would be to get your compressor in at a 3, and then take care of that mic EQ like I was telling you, and then go to your ALC and adjust your mic gain to where your ALC is then reading mid-scale to 2/3.
Thank you, sir. I appreciate it. I'm sure there's many others once you get in on it, and I wrote it all down in my little script piece, so I made notes, so I will make split set adjustments. I appreciate it. Thank you, and thank you for the service you've been giving us hands on evaluating their audio. This is KC9VKV, WB3ACC. Go ahead.
Roger, Roger Lee. Well, let me say 3s to you now, and I'll let you consult your book. You've got a lot to read through there. I hope that your book has a page of contents. Some of those owner's manuals do not have a contents page, which makes it very, very difficult to find things. You just have to just to read through the thing. It's unfortunate, but I would have thought that all books would have a page of contents, so you can get to some page that you have an interest in rather easily, as opposed to having to read the whole book to come up with what you're looking for. But hopefully you'll have a good operator's manual. So Ali, we'll say 3s for now, and you have a great afternoon, beautiful weekend. If you get a chance and you get your homework done, give us a shout next Friday and we'll compare notes, Roger.
It's that gorgeous day up here. It's nice. It's 71 degrees. The sun is shining. Nice fall day. I love it. And I will say the book is a phone book. Thank you, sir, and good day to you, and stay safe. KC9VKV, WB3ACC. Good afternoon, sir.
Roger. Quickly before you go, where are you located?
In Pittsburgh, Pennsylvania. Pittsburgh, PA.
Roger, Lee-3, sir. Thank you. This is KC9VKV, the Friday afternoon Qso-Vlog net. If you've got a radio you want to check out, give me a shout.